Trump-Putin summit in Alaska. High stakes and global tensions. Anchorage, Alaska. On August 15, 2025, U.S.
Like and
President Donald
subscribe.
Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin convened in what has become one of the most closely watched bilateral meetings of the year. Held at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, the summit was intended to pursue a ceasefire in Ukraine and potentially pave the way for broader peace negotiations. The highly choreographed encounter carried symbolic weight and strategic implications for the Russia-Ukraine conflict and international diplomacy. A summit steeped in symbolism, venue and pageantry. The summit took place at the Cold War-era military base that once monitored Soviet activity, lending a dramatic backdrop to the talks. Trump greeted Putin on a red carpet as fighter jets soared overhead, before the two leaders climbed into the beast and drove together, reportedly without interpreters, suggesting they spoke in English. Cold War echoes. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov made a pointed entrance wearing a sweatshirt emblazoned with USSR in Cyrillic, an unmistakable provocation. Russian media also served chicken Kiev to journalists en route, adding another layer of irony given the summit's subject matter. The stakes: Ukraine, ceasefire, and beyond. Trump's objectives. President Trump made clear he aimed to secure a ceasefire in Ukraine, warning of severe consequences if Putin did not commit to peace. He acknowledged uncertainty about reaching an agreement but insisted he would not be happy if talks failed. Putin's cautious stance. While Putin appeared open to a ceasefire, he stressed that reliable verification mechanisms must be established. Russian sources suggested that, under pressure from sanctions, Russia might agree to some form of compromise, potentially even a pause in aerial warfare. Geopolitical overtones. The meeting represented Putin's first U.S. visit in a decade and the first face-to-face encounter with an American president since 2021. His delegation included economic officials, hinting at broader ambitions beyond the battlefield. Ukraine's absence and global reactions. Zelensky's response. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky was not invited, drawing criticism and concern. He responded via telegram, urging the summit to serve as a bridge toward just peace and trilateral negotiations involving Ukraine, the U.S., and Russia. He stressed that territorial decisions could only be made by Ukraine itself. In summary, the Trump-Putin summit in Anchorage on August 15, 2025 was imbued with high-stakes symbolism, from Cold War echoes at the military base to Lavrov's provocative attire. The core mission: to negotiate a ceasefire in Ukraine under intense global scrutiny. Yet Ukraine's absence from the talks, along with concerns over potential concessions, has cast a long shadow over the summit's legitimacy. Whether Alaska becomes a pivotal moment toward peace, or merely a diplomatic spectacle, remains to be seen.